I'm live, just so you know. Happy Friday. Hi, Keith. TGIF. You got the day off? Hell yeah. Got a fresh pair of sneakers? I'm jealous. I need some new sneakers real bad right now. I gotta get some shopping done. Hi, BTP. I've been on a hiatus. Hi, Disco Mama. I hope you're having a good Friday. We got a nice little cold front today. I think it's going to be a wonderful weekend. I imagine y'all got some weather moving up through there too. But I went outside earlier and it was like 73 degrees. Felt so good. You going to show off your new kicks? Hell yeah. I just thought we'd have a little smoke sesh to kick the weekend off. I'm waiting on my personal chef to make me an omelet. And that's about all the plans I got so far. At this moment, no. I'm sorry to inform you, BTP. We're going to have to put our love on the shelf for a minute. I'm ready for the weekend. Oh, hugs to you. I hear somebody's doggy barking. I'm concerned. It sounds like it needs me. I'm going to go look real quick. What's going on with this dog? It's probably just barking at a cat. There's a lot of cats out here. Oh my gosh, there's two little dogs out here. Nothing's wrong. They're just playing. They're talking to each other. Anyway, what are y'all doing this weekend? Same old, same old. Father's Day is this weekend. They're out in the front. Their owner is walking them. Father's Day is this weekend. It doesn't get the fanfare that Mother's Day gets, but hey. Hey, Cupid. How's it over there across the pond? Have you been watching the World Cup stuff here in America? It is wild and amazing and so loving and fun and makes me want to be a soccer fan now. Or football fan. If you haven't gotten to watch anything on the World Cup, I highly recommend it. Just the partying alone is so cool. TikTok is just going crazy about it. My favorite thing is the Japanese tourists that are in Texas. Apparently, they love Texas. anyway, and then their team got to be here. So they're kind of like having the ultimate Japanese Texan party. And oh my gosh, I follow this mom on TikTok who has the cutest little baby boy, and they're American, and she dressed him up in the England gear. I guess it's called a kit, and they were watching the game, and it was adorable. Yes, the Scottish folks in Boston, awesome. Boston is having the funnest time. They also have um, other teams, which I think is so awesome. Oh, the Scottish fans in Boston were so cute. They were going down that famous slide and just kind of running amok, but in a very civilized manner. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not really even keeping track of who's been winning. I'm just like seeing the highlights on TikTok. Hi, Geneva. Geneva, I miss you. But seriously, y'all check out the Japanese tourist in Dallas. It's the cutest thing ever. They're like, we like the beer and barbecue. It's delicious. Like, yes, we know. We've been trying to tell y'all. I just feel like it was something that the the world needed, was to see that, people can just party together. If it wasn't for all the wars, we would just have one big party. But anyways, it's been a good. Yeah, and so the Knicks won. We have the World Cup going on. The Stanley Cup was going on. What else? Seems like there was something else. It's like, man, this is an exciting time for a sports fan. I mean, I know there's like my friend Matthew Potts. He watches every kind of sport, so I'm sure he's just like he can't even make up his mind. If you're just fan of sports in general, it's a great time to be alive. Also, another trending TikTok about the visit to America was people like Europeans going to Walmart, or different tourists going to Walmart. It's hilarious. And everybody's like, they couldn't have come at a worse time, because it's almost 4th of July on the 250th birthday of America. Walmart looks crazy right now. It looks like America threw up in the Walmart. I did watch a little bit of the parade for the Knicks. Wingstar was broadcasting it. I mean, what, you don't even like have to be a fan of that team just to see the excitement, and it's just contagious. Oh my gosh, I want that shirt. Beatrice, I need that. I love it. It didn't really dawn on me until very recently that it was the 250th birthday of America. And just hold on to your hats, because the next couple of weeks it's going to be everywhere you go. It's going to be a reminder. Get your fireworks. Are y'all buying fireworks? I don't really buy fireworks anymore. I would when my kids were little, but they was always trying to burn themselves. So it was not really that fun. But I love to watch. I like to watch the fireworks. Merca. You going big this year? You gonna buy lots of fireworks? Ooh, you should make some shorts. You should make a couple of shorts of showing some of your fireworks. Fireworks is expensive. God. Oh, are they illegal there? You can't buy them. What's funny about here is like you can buy them here, but you can't always set them off wherever you want to because we have fire restrictions because of the dry ass conditions, you know? So yeah, you can go buy $500 worth of fireworks and not be able, you have to drive 3 counties over to light it. Sucks. But it's good because people are dumb and they will burn shit down. I haven't heard that there's many fire restrictions this year. We've actually had rain this year. Hey, Wes. But I probably won't be lighting any fireworks. I'm just saying. One year when my oldest son was like, I think he was like 3, he damn near burnt his earlobe off with a sparkler. Sparklers are dangerous. They do need supervision. When I was a kid, I grew up in a really small town, and there was this one spot everybody would go to light fireworks, and they would always have the fire trucks out there. Like, we're not playing. We're camping out here with you guys. Fireworks are expensive, some of them, but sparklers is like the cheap thing that you let babies hold. Why are we letting our babies hold sparklers? They're scary. Honestly, most of the time here, there's some kind of restrictions on the 4th of July because it's usually been so dry up until that point. But like I said, like we even got rain last night, you know, and at noon in the last part of June, for it to be 70 something degrees is like a fucking miracle. I need to be outside. I haven't even looked to see what day of the week the 4th falls on. It's always nice when it comes like on a Monday or a Friday, so you get the whole weekend off. It'd be nice if it wasn't 110 degrees on the 4th and I could just go and just be out, like feel good about being at the lake all day. Yeah, it was raining a lot here. We didn't get a lot right here, but around us, there was a movement come through. Hopefully, it cools the weather off for that. Because yesterday, our high, I think we got to like 106. So yeah, it's usually miserable here too. And you want to go have fun so bad, and you do, and you go, and then you're just burnt. You're burnt to fuck up. The last camping trip I took my boys on was on the 4th of July. It's been about 4 years ago, I think. We had such good intentions. We stuck it out. We stuck it out. I had bought these little misters and all this stuff, the fans with the misting thing on it, and it sort of helped. But it was like we were so glad when we made it home. We were done. We're done. Who rage quit this morning? Did they rage quit YouTube for good? See, that's really good for I bet I'm sure you're going to be super humid. I didn't know you lived in Alabama. That is good for Alabama, probably, huh? Although I feel like Alabama gets more rain than we do. Like y'all are on the coast. Wire got banned, or he just rage quit. Like, Wire is annoying. I do not enjoy him. A couple of nights ago, he kept playing these stupid sounds, and people were trying to talk. It's like, I know you want to be the center of attention and whatever, but where was Queenie talking at? I don't listen to Queenie. She's very fucking annoying too. Her and Wire would make a good couple. You're in Alabama too? Sweet. I've only been to Alabama once. I drove a friend there because they were starting a new life. And I'm always that friend. Okay, I'll drive you 12 hours there and back in a day. But it was cool. I got to see a little bit of Alabama. It was very lush. It was in July or August. It was in the summertime. It was humid as fuck. But I don't even remember the town I went to now. That's been a lot of years ago. We have there's a lot of people from Alabama on here. Mark Terry, Mark Terry, Amanda Meatfoot, she was from Alabama. Keith, Melissa, help me. There's some others. A Bomb. Yeah, y'all will get the crazy humidity. I know some people don't think it makes a difference, but it do. But it is. You know what I'm obsessed with right now is the World Cup stuff on TikTok, and Alabama was showing up. Watch the Auburn Stadium. I know you may not be an Auburn fan, but watch the World Cup stuff at Auburn. War Eagle, is that it? I don't know. I'm not up to speed on my Alabama stuff, but it'll just make you feel so American. I can't remember now who they even hosted, but it was good. They put on a good little show. What does Smokey say up here? Oh shit. That's where you need to be down south, Smokey. I think you've been in the city too long and it clouds your judgment. You need some fresh air and some lake time and some, you know what I mean? Honestly, it's very important for your soul and your humanity. But good news, Smoke. Uh, Wes just informed us that Wire Rage quit earlier, but I'm sure he'll be back. It's his, like every third or fourth day, he has to announce that he's never coming back. I've heard that Melissa gives good feet rubs too. Well, what I liked about them, I think it was Auburn was hosting, and just like it gave everybody, the fans that little taste of this is what they do. This is how crazy they are about their college teams. Y'all get bald eagles there. I do want a foot rub. Foot rubs are underrated. I Whenever we lived in North Dakota, where we were at was like on a migratory pattern for eagles because every year they would come through there. Every year they would migrate through there, and it was so cool. I'd never seen, because where I live we don't get that, we don't get eagles. Girl, it would probably put me to sleep. Oh shit, we got a photography fight. Are you a photographer? Um, Back in the days, my mom was a photographer of sorts, like an amateur photographer, and she's got her camera that was from the 70s, you know, like the old school click click. But it's got this big, huge, like, I can't even imagine what that probably cost in the 70s. But I'm so glad she's held on to it all these years, kept up with it. She would let me take pictures on it sometimes, but not very often. I honestly haven't even seen it out of the case probably in 10 or 15 years. She finally caught on to the digital cameras and bought a digital camera. They do have good nature in Alabama, Smoky. All the deep south states have beautiful scenery. Honestly, well, I mean, Texas has, it depends on what part of Texas, but so much of Texas is dry and deserty, flat. If you really want the scenery, go to the deep south or Tennessee. I don't know if Tennessee's considered deep south, but this is green there. It's not that green here. We don't have a lot of trees. That's what, when I drove from here to Alabama, that's just what I know. It was like, wow, there's so many trees. And when you're from a place that doesn't have trees, like, you do appreciate seeing them. It's lush. Love it. It's because they actually get rain. Smokey, you could do a YouTube tour. People in my old community would do that. They'd visit certain people. They'd hop in their whatever, the camper car. I'm sure, to be like Pam. Pam's done it. To make little stops all through the states. Do something productive with your vacation. My mom used to photograph pageants. I've seen that, but she also would do like, she did a couple weddings. She did like my friend's wedding. They were balling on a budget. I was like, my mom can take photographs. She was never like a professional. And she just kind of did it for, and then she did like arts and crafts shows where she would enter in her favorite photographs she'd taken of like a bird on a branch or something. But it's kind of, my mom, she used to do the pageants, and this was before I was born. I wasn't even thought of yet. And she said she vowed that if she ever had a daughter, she would never put her in pageants because she saw the horrors that went on behind stage. She's like, I will never put my kid through that. And she didn't even know she was going to ever have a kid. Imagine that, though. You think, imagine having a photograph at a pageant. It would suck. Hopefully pays good. The wedding would seem very stressful because, like, if you took photographs for somebody, like for their engagement photographs or a maternity photographs, things like that. But a wedding seems very stressful. You're dealing with a lot of people trying to do a lot. Yeah, that's what she did as nature and wildlife. But it's weird because my mom knew how to take pictures so well. She's got like albums, and I was an only child, so just like albums and albums and albums of pictures of me. It's just so, it's too much. And they're like these professional, like, yeah, I don't, who's gonna want all of this? Yeah, I think wildlife and nature pictures would be the best bet. They can't talk back. They can't demand refunds because something doesn't look exactly like they wanted it to. I want one of those old cameras that you had to like hold down and look through the thing, and you know what I mean? Those old fashioned. Well, the fun thing too is just waiting to spy an animal or an insect or a bird, or it's kind of the thrill of the chase. I saw the coolest little. We went to the lake the other day. We went fishing, caught a lot of fish, but I even caught it. I sort of caught a fish. I don't really do much. I don't know if I can claim that I caught it, but I did reel it in. But saw the coolest little lizard, and it's called a Texas whiptail, and they're very cute. Oh, that's cool. There's a place here where I used to go. It was up in Oklahoma, but they had a place called the 40-foot hole that you would have to hike to. And it was a pretty, I mean, part of the hike was kind of challenging, but you got to the end of it, and it was a big swimming hole, and had the waterfall and everything to down to the swimming hole. And it was really cool. But it was like, it wasn't a joke of a hike. It was probably medium grade in difficulty. I am not a big time fisherman, but I do just enjoy being at I got burnt too, by the way. I was red. My upper body is so much darker than my lower body now. But I do enjoy just going to the water, enjoying the peace. I can't remember. What were the fish? Sunfish? They were tiny. We, Caught a bunch of some kind of striped bass, I think, and sunfish and bluegill, which were very tiny fish. But they were biting so good. Every time he put the worm in the water, it was like within minutes you were getting something on the hook. I don't think I've ever been fishing where they were biting that frequently. It was just like the perfect fishing day for for the worms, for the worm fishing. It was a good time. I mean, not that I care. I could sit there and not get a bite and still have fun, but it just makes it so much more exciting when you are catching stuff. Then it's a party. Whenever PJ's a whine. I haven't seen PJ in a long time. I've been doing stuff though. I'm sure he's been around and I just missed him. I'm either doing stuff or watching TikTok. I've had other things, so I haven't been keeping track of PJ. We even put a chicken nugget on the hook and they were biting off of that. And then I had him put a pickle on there. We used a pickle. They didn't like the pickle, I don't think. But we ran out of worms. We caught so much fish. We didn't have any worms left. We used a piece of a chicken nugget. Actually, it was a piece of a popcorn chicken. They almost ate the whole chicken nugget. It wasn't a good bait. Because they were nibbling off of it, I guess. But hey, Blue Rose, how was your Friday? TGIF. We're just midway through Friday. It's not quite party time. We saw some crane. Wait, was that herons or cranes? Heron? Yeah, we saw some really cool herons. You use Doritos? I mean, I'm telling you, the fish were active. You could have thrown out anything out there, and I'm sure they would have bit off of it or tried. I think it'd be fun to catch some of those bigger catfish so we could have a fish fry. Because pretty much everything we were catching was not, you couldn't keep it. PG is a worm. Man, I've never seen somebody in person fly fish. I think that would be so cool. Looks real hard. Okay, that's a good tip. That's a good tip, Melissa. Yeah, we just had worms. That's all we had, and some chicken nuggets. But man, they were even getting the worms off the hook. And he knows what he's doing, putting the worm on there. And they were crafty little suckers. Smokey, casting a, you know, a lure already looks so. Is that what you call it? I'm not a. I already am scared of myself doing something like that. Don't take me fly fishing. I will surely be tangled and hooked and hurt and mad, frustrated. But yes, it looks so cool. If you ever see, I've only seen it on like a movie or TV. Excuse me. I've never seen it in person, and it looks so awesome. Just, it has to be something you're raised doing. I feel it looks like an art form. You need somebody very experienced to teach you, or watch lots of YouTube videos and then try it out. I'm not even sure what fish they're trying to catch. What are they trying to catch? Fly fishing. I'm about to ask this expert. Do you know what kind of fish people are trying to catch when they go fly fishing? Trout. Trout. That's what somebody told me. See, that's the thing. We don't have that here. I'm pretty sure there's no trout in the state of Texas. I don't know. Never heard of it. I could just I'm having a mental picture of Smokey trying to fly fish right now, and it is a funny one. Yeah, any type of fish, I'm gonna need help. It's true. Oh, cat milking days. What is Smokey? Do you ever think you know too much? I think you know too much. Yeah, they're trying to catch the fly girls. Can you believe that bitch J Lo was a fly girl? Jenny from the Block. I honestly, I always thought J Lo was so cute, but she's gotten real cringy the older and richer she became. You know what I'm saying? Like that documentary thing she did, girl, you were way off. I don't know who told you any of that was good. They were wrong. Excuse me. So what is the East River bad, 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 bad? Like you shouldn't eat fish out of it? He said anything with nipples can be milked. What about men? Men have nipples. If y'all start getting milk out your nipples, I'm done. It's disgusting. So why are they fishing? Why? Surely they're doing it just for sport, and they're not eating that. Because some people do just fish to catch and release. But but you said they're out there on ski-doos or sea-doos. I say sea-doos. Some of that water's getting in their mouth. I can't say anything. A lot of our lakes here are terrible. You would be disgusted. They look so, because they're muddy, because of our soil and everything. We just have these real muddy looking lakes. They look like mud puddles. you know. People swim in that shit. Full mouth open and shit. Eating every kind of catfish that comes out of it. So yeah, I really can't. I probably can't. I should stop ragging on the East River people. That's cool. I've not ridden horses very often. I have a mad respect, yo, for the horses, but also enjoyed very much the Golden Tempo victory in the Kentucky Derby. I was obsessed with their TikToks that came out. They were so good. But yeah, horses, for one thing, you kind of have to either own them or know people that own them. And I just really never was around anybody that had horses. My family certainly had no horses. Honestly, you need a side by side. Fuck a four wheeler, get a side by side. I think they're so much more awesomer. They're more expensive, I'm pretty sure, but honestly, it's cool that it's called Jamaica Bay. That's making me real happy. I have seen moose and elk. I had a close encounter. Actually, I've had a couple of close encounters with moose that I will never forget as long as I shall live. The elk that I've seen, though, were in a wildlife refuge. So I don't know if you can really count that. It's my favorite part of the wildlife refuge is when you see the ground, well, we call them prairie dogs. Yeah, they're huge. Moose will kill you. Don't ever fuck with a moose. I didn't realize till recently they have very few natural predators because they're fucking big. Oh, the horses are so smart and beautiful. I got mad respect. I'm a little intimidated by them. Well, the best thing to do is go speeding through deserted, not deserted, like 2-lane highways at dusk up in Canada and the northern states. You'll run into one eventually. I'm telling you though, if you do want to see moose, go to North Dakota. And you live in the states and you can't get a passport and you can't get into Canada. Smokey, I'm talking to you. Um, Cash, I love that. What a good racehorse name too. I think the only wildlife that I wouldn't be excited to live around is bears. Because fuck that. We're in the states. Well, for one, I know for sure is North Dakota. We saw so many when we lived there. Babies. I remember seeing like twin baby ones. They would just be, you could go down the country road every now and then and spot them. I have some pictures still in my photos, a photo app of moose that I took pictures of up there. One time we almost hit one going down the highway. They were everywhere up there. I don't know about any other states for sure, um, but probably all of the states that border Canada and, the central U.S. Yeah, for sure Alaska. I wasn't thinking of Maine. That would make sense, though. I've always heard people say moose meat is really good. And to even be able to shoot one in North Dakota, you had to win like a tag for it. They don't just let anybody shoot a moose legally. If you win a tag for it, you have the privilege of shooting one. But which is good, you know. They're That's why you see so many of them up there. They got a pretty heavy population. But I just remember we were in a little car. It was a Ford Focus, and the moose that we almost hit was taller than the car. I mean, it was bigger than the car. It would have crushed the car. I don't think I realized truly how big they were until I saw them in person. Isn't it? I didn't know that Louisiana has bears. I think they're just black bears. They don't have grizzly bears or anything. But I didn't know a state so far to south had bears, which is dumb to think. But these are things you realize as an adult. You're like, well, yeah, that makes sense because they've always had a bear on their state flag, so that's why they got the bears. Yeah, that's true. If you're not doing something stupid, like trying to pick up their baby. But it's just the fact that any animal can still sneak up on you. They're unpredictable. I've been freaked out by bobcats before that snuck up on campsites. It was just a bobcat, but it just appeared out of nowhere, was staring us the fuck down. And it's like, well, what are you gonna do to us? I'm glad I never grew up around bears. I would have not wanted to go camping ever. I would be so scared to go camping if I knew there were bears around. If I go to like go into Yellowstone, I'm gonna be like in a cabin. I'm gonna be in a something. Like, you know what? It's one of my favorite things is those videos where people walk up to bison and try to pet them. Like you really, when you see, it's just like seeing a moose in person. When you see them in person, you're like, damn, that is a big ass creature. Their head alone is just enormous. Who would ever think it's a good idea to walk up and pet them or get close enough to get like this, awesome selfie? It is the dumbest thing ever. I've even, we had this wildlife refuge that was close, and you drive through there more often than not, you're going to see people pulled over way too close. to the bison and like getting out of their car. What are you fucking doing? It's you know, it happens all that you see people do this all the fucking time. They never learn. You think you're an animal whisperer, that they're going to be all sweet and calm for you. This shit is funny as hell. I mean, I don't want nobody dying, but you should get roughed up a bit for being so stupid. You know, another animal that kind of freaks me out is camels. They will stomp your ass to death if they have the chance. They're very big. I'm not fucking with a camel. You know, camping is a lot to play. You got to have the equipment, and if you're doing an extended stay, you got to put a lot of thought into what all you're going to need. To me, it's so worth it. I think it's so funny when I hear like a man not understanding what's fun about camping. You never went camping, did you? Much, because how can you not like it? It's so fun. Yeah, the snakes here are bad. But it's kind of like what we were saying. Usually, if you're not, I don't know, sometimes they will sneak up on you. We get rattlesnakes real bad here. And in some years, they're worse than others. You know, you can go years without seeing a rattlesnake. And then, one year you might see several. One year, one time we went camping at this state park here, and we come out of our tent, and there was a rattlesnake coiled up at the foot of our door, like where you come out of the tent. I don't know how we didn't step on that fucking thing. But I noticed it when I went back to the tent and it was sitting there, and I was like, there's a snake. There's a rattlesnake. And you can't fuck around with a rattlesnake bite. Really, the possum was mean. I hate when people are mean to possums. They don't understand the importance of a possum. And they get such a bad rap, but they probably are mean when they're wild. I wouldn't be trying to pick one up. I'm just like, please don't run over it or mistreat them. They're very good bug eaters. Yeah, they like to play. Y'all know what is freaky to see out in the wild is a porcupine. Have you ever seen a porcupine in the wild? They're they're freaky looking. I've seen them a couple of times. Probably one of the cutest critters here to see out in the wild is the armadillo. I do like to see an armadillo, but most of the time you do see them, they're dead. So when you see them live running around, because I'm pretty sure they're nocturnal, so it's kind of hard to spot them. I have a couple of shorts on my channel of possums that I've spotted out in the wild. Not possum, armadillos. They're adorable. Their profiles, top tier. Oh, another thing I've seen lately that's really cool is roadrunners. We get roadrunners here a lot. And I just love seeing a roadrunner. And again, it feels like I hadn't seen them in a few years, but this year I've seen at least three now already. One we just saw the other day, and it hopped up into a tree and sat there and waited for us to drive by. It was so cute. They're pretty good sized birds, by the way, if you've never seen a roadrunner in real life. Oh, so you're sick of them armadillos. There's a lake up in Oklahoma, not too far from where I'm at. And they're like infested with armadillos there. It's kind of freaky how many. Hey, Panka, which is actually where I filmed those little shorts at. Because they're everywhere there. So I could totally see that if their population gets out of control. You know what? I think I remember Amanda Meatfoot saying something about having problems with armadillos, or there was another girl from Alabama saying they had bad problems with armadillos. Might have been Shamrock. I think Shamrock's from Alabama. Anyway, Alabama must have hell with armadillos. That's who it is. It's Runt. Yeah. I knew I'd heard somebody griping about the. I didn't know they do that. What we get here is moles. You know, you wake up in the morning and you have like 500 little dirt mounds in your yard. That shit'll piss you off. Oh my God. Our whole town was infested with them. Oh, so I get it. I get it then. Which I'm sure armadillos are even more destructive. Yeah, so they're not cute. Fuck them armadillos. I think we're going to go fishing again soon. You got to take advantage of the nicer weather days here when you can, because they do not last. We got a little taste this week. It was 2 days over 100 degrees, so it's coming, y'all. It's on its way. Just in time for America's birthday. How old is Wire? I thought he was old. I heard him tell a crazy story the other day about how he was a virgin until he was 44 years old. I don't know if that was true, but I can't imagine making that up. And also, like, maybe don't tell people that. I don't know. I guess it's to each their own. Whatever. I don't know. It was a weird. I've never encountered somebody that was in their 40s or that stayed a virgin to their 40s, so I'm really not sure how to react to that. He's 45. Okay. Yeah. Hmm. So he lost his virginity last year. That's interesting. I know, Keith, 250 years old. We're just babies. Oh, your birthday's on I'm a July birthday also. Just to let y'all know, there's a lot of July birthdays on this app. A lot of people that we know have July birthdays. But happy early birthday. I even share my birthday with at least one person. It might be one other person. I share a birthday with somebody on here. I will also be 32. So I'm going to be 47 on my birthday. And I'm okay with that. You know, I earned every year. Oh shit, your birthday's around my son's, Keith. One of my sons. Hey, Napdos. Big ups. Go America. You know, we're talking about our birthday preparation plans for America. Oh, you're almost 47 too. I'm older than you. You graduated the year after me, I bet. You graduated in 1998. You will be turning 41. You know, it is so weird, Napdos. I was watching this. It wasn't it was a lady on TikTok telling the story of a child that she lost in 1999, and she kept saying, I know it was 27 years ago, and she was just acting like it was just so long ago. And I'm like, but it's not. It wasn't that long ago. Was it? It wasn't that long ago. Time is a bizarre concept. That's cool. I think it's a good thing to do as an adult is do some kind of trip for yourself for your birthday. Time keeps on slipping into the future. But yeah, it just pass by so fast, and now everything I love is vintage, is an antique. Bye, sweet Melissa. Stay sweat free out there in that humidity. I am going to get one of those. There's this little thing that you can put around your neck that you freeze to keep you cool. I think I'm going to try. I want to try one of those. I've never really been into hunting, but I think it's childhood trauma because I had a friend who would go hunting with her dad all the time. And one time I came and I would go over their house all the time. And one time I went over to their house, and in the back, like in their laundry area, he had laid out all these birds that they had killed. And it was like a horror movie to me. I was terrified. And I was pretty young. I was probably like fourth grade, something like that. And I just seeing the dead animals, the birds, it freaked me out real bad. I never had an interest in shooting anything. I'll eat it, but I don't want to see no bones, no carcasses. Mm, 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 mm. Oh, you were stationed in Germany? That's cool. I'm probably fixing to go. I need to eat something. I've been doing this for an hour. I don't go to meat places, so don't worry. Like the other day, we were talking about eating fish and just like pan frying a fish and what it would look. I can't. I need it to be in breaded, fried chunks. But when I need, that's how I want to see it. No other way. Okay. I want some fish nuggets. My dad was stationed in Germany for. He had a short stint in the army, and managed to avoid going to Vietnam. I never really asked him how it all worked out that he didn't end up having to go to Vietnam, but he didn't, thank goodness. And it was certainly during that. I think he joined in like 63, though, and it may have been before the conflict. I'm not real sure. I don't know the dates, but anyway, he always talked about it was so cool being in Germany because it was so close to so many other places that he got to see a lot. He got to he went to Switzerland. Um, he talked about going to the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Just different things that he just enjoyed being stationed there because you had easy access to so many places. Go fishing this weekend. Shoot. Such a good, relaxing time. You be blessed too. Stay cool. Yeah, I think I'm going to go. I'm going to eat. I hunger. I'm going to have a bologna sandwich. We have a watermelon that needs to be eaten real bad. Oh, by the way, this is the best time to get your watermelon, cantaloupe, peaches. What else? So many fruits. But watermelon and cantaloupe is just top tier summertime eating. Southern Germany and Belgium. That'd be so cool. Anyway, guys. Pinka. Pinka, pinka, pinka. I will, Pinka. I'll talk to you soon.